I have a young, multi-talented radio personality, actor, film producer, and former rap artist, formerly known as Court Dog. Please welcome Big Court to Cali's best radio show. Hello, sir.
Hey, what's cracking? What's going on?
Everything. What's going on with you?
Oh, man, just trying to make it happen, living this California lifestyle out here on y'all side, on the west.
I know that's right. Where are you from?
Man, I'm from Kansas City, Missouri.
Oh, my goodness.
816
Kansas City
Killer
Chiefs. The Chiefs. All right, then. So, Big Court, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Man, well, like I said, I'm from Kansas City, Missouri. I've been out here in L.A. actually about 14 years or so, I'm not a new transplant.
Okay.
But, I started out as a rap artist back in the 90s. I actually started out really young, and I signed to No Limit Records with Master P, actually right out of high school in 95.
Nice.
And so, that was crazy back then. But the first album that I was a part of was Down South Hustlers. I don't know if people remember that, but actually it was the first double disc to go gold. Actually, the first rap double disc. This was before Tupac's All Eyes on Me. And so,
right.
And that started my tenure with No Limit.
Nice. A double disc that went gold. You got gold records.
Oh, yeah. I put one up on Mom's wall,
Nice. So, since that time, you've evolved into all these other aspects of entertainment. So what lane you liking best right now?
Right now, it's more about that executive seat. It was a natural progression and transition actually coming from music, because actually once I did that, I had an independent label back in the day too, and I kind of was like a regional celebrity. I sold quite a few records actually back in the late 90s, early 2000s. People probably knew me as Court Dog, and I was still always affiliated with No Limit, with Master P, still working closely with him and No Limit. So once I moved out to L.A. In the early about 02, 03, it was a natural transition for me to get into film and different things like that. I actually modeled. I actually did a lot of fitness modeling when I got out here, which was crazy because, I'm like from the hood, you know what I mean? So, I couldn't help how I looked, but that's what was popping at that time. And so that kind of exposed me, to a different lane and, start getting into, photography and understanding film and different things with production. So that's what opened that up.
All right. So right now you're still doing modeling and you're doing the fitness thing and movies. What are you doing most often now?
So right now, no, I'm not doing the modeling thing. I hung that up a couple years back. So actually, I produced a movie. The first movie that I did, what happened was I actually did a host of independent movies and different straight-to-video movies. I did probably about a dozen or so of them.
Wow.
So naturally, I started getting inquisitive about the production part of it. I started asking questions about lighting, camera, different things like that. So the first movie I produced was called Young American Gangsters, actually starring me and Cat Williams and Lawrence Hilton Jacobs, and I actually produced that. I used my own money. I spent about $200,000 on that movie.
Wow!
And so that was my first, foray into getting into production myself. And of course, I always was working with Master P on different things, behind the scenes with him. But that was the first thing I did on my own. So, fast forward to now, I have a TV show that I just produced. The network is to be announced, but it's called the Architects of Gangsta Rap, which is basically highlighting, the bosses, the real bosses that kind of set the stage for, us to get this independent money. So people like your Master P's and your Jay Princes and Ted Lucases, Earth Gotti's, Easy E, people that took that street acumen and that business, that street savvy, and incorporate that and brought that to corporate America,
Right.
And basically got in there and told them people what they'll give them, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
As opposed to just
running
the
the
traditional.
show.
Right. But how that stemmed from basically just that mentality, that street mentality, that go-get-it mentality, that hustle,
Right. Sounds
So
good.
that's the Architects of Gangsta Rap. It'll actually be on a network to be announced this fall.
Now, is that going to be a series or it's
It
a
will.
feature?
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
nice.
Yep.
Congratulations.
I appreciate that.
That is
I appreciate that.
awesome. That is awesome. So, are you shooting that like in studio, or you go around the country and talk to these people? How does that work?
It depends. It depends. We've shot 3 of them so far out here, and I kind of stylized it. I made it kind of like a mix between, if you've seen Oprah's Master's Class. So, I wanted to make it mature and intimate and visually different, appealing. Then I didn't want to just do the run of the mill, the rapper sitting in the studio, and different things like that. Like I wanted to make it like a confessional. And the thing is I actually we delved deep into these guys. Like we started from childhood. I pulled some things out of these guys that wasn't common knowledge, that wasn't just generally known about them. Because what I wanted to highlight was what made them tick, like what made them, coming from these environments with no reference point, what made them believe that they could do what they did, and hopefully that would inspire the next generation, and then to give these youngsters a reference point of what real bosses are. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, just because you got a car and a chain, that don't mean you're a boss. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, exactly. Wow, that sounds awesome because it's there's a drive in there that's hard to explain.
Right.
I think we all have it, especially in this entertainment industry, but
exactly.
And it's kind of hard to put your finger on and hard to explain to people. But I'm really looking forward to seeing how you brought it out and some of the guests that you're going to have on the Architects of Gangsta Rap. Very interesting.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Go ahead. You go ahead.
So I also understand that you are doing a radio show.
Right. That one's, that one's in it. Actually, it's kind of like, it's a radio show. It's on Playboy Radio.
Okay.
But we actually filmed it. We did it like it's kind of like the Breakfast Club.
Okay.
Meets Howard Stern. So it's called Doing the Most. It's
most.
actually me, Master P, DJ, this guy from, he actually works with No Limit, but he was a big DJ in New Orleans. His name is Juggy. And then we have Jay Tweezy, who was actually a big radio program director down south. He actually works with No Limit as well.
Okay.
And so we've had, that show was crazy. It'll be coming out this fall, too. But, we've had all the hot comics. We had... and we actually had this little midget called Sassy Cassie. She would come to the show sometimes.
I saw a clip of her. I saw a clip.
Okay. I don't know if that's politically correct, midget. I think little people is what it is, but
yeah. But she looked like she can give it back to you, though. She's.
Oh man, she's a sweetheart, though. Oh, absolutely, and she talks most stuff. Man, she can definitely go there with it. She's like 2 feet tall or something like that.
Yeah.
But she was. We had a stripper pole in there, man. She was up on the stripper pole. She was twerking. And I don't know if that was a twerk. It looked like more of a vibration because she's so little. You know what I mean?
So no, she gonna get you for that.
Yeah, they actually had her on TMZ with Pete. They were talking about, is this P's new love interest when we was doing the show?
So it's a radio show, but it was recorded and it's going to be airing.
We recorded it up at Playboy Radio. We actually did it in studio, so it's formatted like Howard Stern and the Breakfast Club.
Okay.
So it's kind of a mix of that.
Okay, all right, and then it's going to be showing on YouTube or.
No, they're taking that to I don't know that they wanted to take it to a platform, maybe like a VH1 or something like that. So
nice.
Again, they're working that out right now. So if I'm lucky, I'll have that and my TV show, hitting at the same time.
Wow, look at you. Big Court. They call you Big Court for a reason, not just from your size either.
For several, yeah.
So I understand, you've got a lot of entrepreneurial spirit in you as well, that you're launching or have launched True Muscle Sports. Tell me about
True
that.
Muscle Sports. And that came by way of just, because I'm a bodybuilding enthusiast, I live a healthy lifestyle, and it was just one of those things. I got into it, some years back, and, it's almost like when you have a martial artist, they do martial arts and then they incorporate that discipline into, their life, into everyday life. You understand? So it's kind of the same way with me with fitness, the discipline,
Right.
the consistency, the follow through. And I incorporate that in everything, business, creatively, relationships, everything, the kids, everything, just follow through, consistency. So when I would I travel a lot. So naturally people would always ask me, what do you take? What do you take? What do you take? So I was like, well, damn, I need to be telling these people I'm taking something out on. You know what I mean?
Right, and selling it right there on the spot.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm my biggest promotion in walking billboard,
Yeah.
So that's what, and then too, getting older, understanding business and understanding that, I've had, a lot of business ventures, some failures, most good, but the failures is part of the process.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and I learned you have to do things that you love. You don't just do things for money. You do things, that you love, and the money will come. So
Exactly.
I wanted to start doing things that I enjoyed. So it was naturally to get into some vein of fitness, and so I came up with the True Muscle Sports, TRU, which is still under the No Limit umbrella, because,
Okay.
we're synonymous with True, TRU, one of our top-selling groups. And so it stands for the real you. And so I'm coming with the pre-workout and the fat burners and the whey protein. So that's going to be in the stores this fall as well.
Nice.
And online. So, yep, that's the True Muscle Sports. And I'm doing that kind of in line with, because I also, I'm also an advocate for, kids with Asperger's and autism, as I have a 16-year-old son with Asperger's.
Now, what is Asperger's?
So what I developed is a website and an app that's launching. We're still developing it right now, but it's actually called True Love.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Special Love. And so what it is it's catering toward special needs people, people that can, special needs people that's on the spectrum, from high functioning to lower functioning and everything in between, where they can, meet people and they can socialize and, find mates and different things like that safely.
Wow. Now, just briefly describe what is Asperger's.
Asperger's is usually it's on the spectrum. It's like with autism. It's usually a delay. There's some type of learning disability, or a lot of times there's social deficiencies.
Okay.
Sometimes there's speech delays. Bill Gates has Asperger's. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So a lot. It depends. It can affect you socially, just where they're socially awkward.
Right.
It could be not understanding social cues. It could be not understanding boundaries, not being able to, just mesh with people and say the right thing and do the right thing. You understand?
Right.
So it's more of a social type ailment. But then it can bleed over to academics. It can bleed over to learning disabilities, trouble reading, trouble with comprehension, different things like that. So you have hired, Dan Aykroyd has Asperger's. There's a lot of people that have Asperger's that, or you wouldn't even know unless they told you.
Right. Well, also, that's great of you to be able to at least give my listeners a little bit of knowledge about that. And again, that entrepreneurial spirit of launching basically it sounds like a dating website for special, situations and special people. So kudos to you. Before we have to get up out of here, I want you to go ahead and let my listeners know where they can fan and follow you at.
Man, they can follow me at I.M.Pre, I.AM.BIGCOURT on Instagram. They can hit me on Facebook, Bitcourt. I got Twitter as well, I.M.Bitcourt. So the website for the supplement is, TrueMuscleSports.com. And, they can reach out to me if they want any tips, they want any samples of the supplement, or just keep up with everything that I got going with the TV shows, the whole nine.
Nice. Is there going to be a website for the TV show?
Yes, absolutely. It's to be announced. It's coming.
Nice. All right. Cali's Best Radio Show listeners, you want to make sure you follow I.M.Bitcourt on IG, Twitter, Facebook. Just Google it. You'll find him. He's going to be this big, good-looking guy.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
And go ahead and follow him because he's got a lot of positive things going on. My goodness, everything, radio, TV, sales, I mean, stores, and all kind of stuff.
And y'all be looking for that new Master P joint, too. We just did a remix with Usher for the No Limit record.
Are you still rapping?
No.
Okay.
I just work with P with No Limit Records. I've been with No Limit 21 years, so I work in an executive capacity now.
Forever.
But,
hey, Big Court, send me some artists from that show so we can put some music and put them through Cali's Best Radio show as well.
That. Yeah, absolutely.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, sir. Last thing, any shout-outs you want to give?
I want to give a shout-out to DC Images, Evolve PR. Want to give a shout out to the whole No Limit Forever. Want to give a shout out to, of course, my homie Master P. We about to do it with this Middle Finger record. I want to give a shout out to Kansas City, the whole hometown back there, 816 Killer City. I'm representing for the town out here trying to do it. So.
Thank you so much
for the world.
It was nice having you on the show, and hopefully we'll
Likewise.
be able to, have you back. And again, make sure you send me some music and some artists through Cali's Best Radio show. Thank you so much. Have a great evening.
All right. Thank you. You too.